I do want to go to that little side that we heard from Paolini's coach and the captain of the Italian team about the pressure this year. They're aware of that. They're aware that she had a great year. And even Paolini in her interviews has said, well, pretty much almost can't repeat what I did in 2024. And in her interviews going in this tournament, she said, I'm not looking at it that way. I'm not looking at defending points or thinking about those Grand Slam finals. And it's all about just going out there, having another good year. And he said that as well, being in the moment every single day, a tournament by tournament. I really think that that's a good mindset. You don't want to think about defending points.
Ideal opening service game for the 28-year-old Italian.
Just look at this
season, or last season, this year, has really polished up that forehand side. So she's a completely different player than she used to be.
You can already see there that forehand, even when she's defending, she's so strong now as well.
I wonder, I'm sure they've done their homework, but I wonder if Belinda, this is just me being naughty, will maybe try and use the same tactics that she used in those two prior meetings. Maybe not, maybe quite realising how good that forehand is of Paolini.
Well, you also got to think about maybe your weakness as well. And for Belinda, that's her own forehand a little bit compared to her backhand. We saw that even in the first match. Sometimes the tendency to rush, to smother the ball. So you also got to try and get the ball to your strength, which is Belinda's backhand.
Love it.
So that's why this is so interesting for me, just to see the pattern of play and the tactics and what the structure and the construction of the points will be.
It's gone very early for the racket change. Didn't left it 5 games against Paquet. Working once again with Ian Bates, who helped her get back from that wrist surgery. And it was about, gosh, that was about 7 or 8 years ago now.
But have a look at that already, the court position. So Paolini is already early on, first and second shot of the round. Have a look at where she's on the baseline. Look at this one here, takes it early. And already after the first shot, she has pushed Bencic back behind that Sydney sign. So far, already Paolini controlling the baseline.
Early opportunity right here for the Italian. Oh, she has come out on fire.
Andrea, she's improved that forehand just a little bit, yeah?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Slightly. No, she's improved that side tremendously, and we saw that down the line. She used to play mostly cross court. You could already kind of cover that side and be in place, and I think that's what Belinda was struggling with, all of a sudden having to defend both sides off of Paolini's forehand, the down the line and the cross court.
Andrea, good to get that win before the forehand got fixed.
Hey, I have a perfect record against Jasmine Paolini, okay?
And it's never going to change.
Yeah, I think Bencic, this is one of the things that she'll have to do. She has an opportunity, so you've got to attack the second serve from Paolini. She's still working on that. That was 138k an hour second serve. It was shorter in the service box, so that's where you attack, take it early, try and create some kind of pressure, especially early on in a match.
Both women making their second appearance at the United Cup. Paolini 12 months ago made her debut and an epic win over Angelique Kerber. There was cramping, there was drama, there was falling over. It was a huge match before losing to France's Caroline Garcia. Bencic 12 months ago was not on the tour but made her debut in 2023, and she also went 1-1. Well, I thought this might be lively. A chance here for the immediate break back. Remember, down on love in the tie, has to win. Huge pressure on her to take it to the deciding mixed doubles.
Yes.
That is another area she has improved so much, that second serve. It still can be a liability, but she used to serve exclusively kick serves. She's not that tall, so for most girls it would jump right into the great striking zone. Now she's mixing it up with the slice as well.
Yes.
It certainly sounds from what you're both saying, she has become, in her late 20s, a much more layered player. It takes some time for it all to come together.
Advantage, Team Italy.
Oh, Paolini jumping out of the blocks very quickly, and a fast start for Team
on the other end.
Switzerland trying to get out of the group stage for the first time.
Yeah, she really lifts up out of that forehand, especially if she doesn't set her feet well. Belinda, you know, we talked about that in her match yesterday at times, and that one again, not balanced with the head through the shot. You got to use your body to get through it first, and the head stays still and balanced, but she comes up out of that one. So dynamic and explosive. Andrea, you've got a bit of a better view down there courtside. Just feel like she's beaten for pace, beaten for time, and at the moment Bencic just actually doesn't even look like she can read what's coming off the Paolini racket.
Chance for the double break.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right, Elena, and Jen Correa just said something about Jasmine Paolini's teammate, Flavio Cobolli, said his fast-twitching muscle fibers have fast-twitching muscle fibers, and I feel exactly the same way about Jasmine Paolini. She's just so dynamic. Her first steps are so quick. It just feels like a little ball is bouncing around this court, and just everything seems very bouncy and dynamic and active, and it's really marvelous to watch from the sidelines.
Wow, Paolinis don't look like they're fast twitch, they're extra fast twitch. But this is for me also pure physicality, athleticism, fitness. This is hard work as well. Look at how strong she is with the legs and how well she loads, how quick she gets out into the corners and back as well.
Here we go.
15-13.
Now, Bencic had 15-30 in Paolini's last service game. What can she do with this situation right here?
This is a little bit of a way to create maybe some kind of pressure, attack the second serve, which is what we said, especially the shorter one. And as an opponent, that will be in Paolini's head. You might be able to draw some double faults, maybe even put a bit more pressure on that first serve to have to make it more often.
Okay, the gloves are off now.
15-14.
Okay, also had a chance to break in the Italians' last service game. She's got 2 shots at it right here. Switzerland are up and running. But Italy still going very well and in control of this first set.
I think for Bencic, it will be the first serve percentage and placement. That will be important. The second serve, Paolini will attack, and Bencic, that is a little bit of a weakness for her, the second serve, because she doesn't have a kick serve. It's more of a flatter serve. And a good first serve will allow her to maybe try and just dictate the points more. At this stage, she's got to find a way to hold serve regardless of what happens in this first set. And you've got to get that confidence on your serve that you can hold serve going into the second set. So still wants to get herself back into this set here and try and play herself in.
I think worth remembering, I think put it in context with Bencic. Not only has she given birth, which is no small matter at all, but she says she's probably physically about 75%. Played 10 matches coming in here at the back end of last season in smaller events. Hasn't played the top 100 player in that time, but wanted to come back. Feel maybe it's a little early, but just wanted to get going. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, excellent. That's the one. If she can get it in the strike zone, hip height there, she's so dangerous. And that's the example right there. Early preparation, that one there doesn't go too flat. You can see there's a little bit of getting on the outside of the ball and under and over the ball as well to get that angle.
She's made it.
Yes. Well, she just tried to get that serve in, but could have do a bit more than that. That's 130 km an hour first serve, but it was too short. Paolini right on top of the bounce, redirects down the line, and look at the left hand, the work that he does to get over the ball to make that dip in.
Advantage, Team Italy.
This is why holding serve is crucial. But Andrea, you said you heard that conversation that she wasn't happy with the serve, and she's actually 45% first serves in, winning only 40% of points behind it and winning 0% of points behind the second serve.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Andrea, you must have super fast twitch hearing twitches in your ears, because we couldn't make anything out of that conversation at the change of ends. We're very impressed up here.
Well, I took off my headphones and tried to move on a little closer.
Okay.
So I wasn't relying on the cameras. I was relying on myself here.
There's another point lost behind the second serve, so still she has not won 1 point after the second serve in the match so far.
Coach Furlan, Captain Furlan, looking very happy so far, former top 20 player. She was very pleased the day she went past his career high ranking of 19 and had the bragging rights, and she's got a chance, another chance to break here.
And again,
it's another break.
That's a bit of that deceleration that she has on the second serve, so she can't get the depth. But also, when you don't have a kick serve as well, right here, you're not getting enough to get it to kick out. She needs a ball toss on the second serve to be further to the left to be able to throw the racket out to the right to get the kick.
Well, it's been a very productive opening half an hour from a young one from Bagni da Luca in Tuscany, lovely part of the world. Oh, she's making this look very easy.
I really have to say I love the intent, because she was hitting that backhand, knew that she was coming forward, did not wait or hesitate at all. Have a look at this. She was already moving in the transition. And we know she's, of course, the Olympics doubles champion as well. Excellent doubles player. You can see it right there with the volleys.
It was a golden year, wasn't it? And the Olympic singles champion from Tokyo, Belinda Bencic, trying to find something here.
That's a trademark, the backhand return. Takes it incredibly early.
Crikey. Hasn't hung about, has she? A minute shy of half an hour on the clock out here in this second match of the evening session. Paolini looking to wrap up the first set. Well, what a way to open up the season, and it is a very lopsided opener. Team Italy take it by 6 games to 1.
6 games. Love 15.
Well,
Lot 13.
Bencic yet to hold. How does she get herself on the board?
I've got to get more first serves in. That's where you start. You cannot play against anyone with 39% first serves in, let alone a top 5 player. So I've got to find a way. I think also just going into the body. At the moment, she can't get enough placement to get Paolini at end range. And there again, I mean, that's great returning, but how do you get her end range? You've got to have better placement. Go into the body. Haven't seen that, I don't think, enough. Because she's struggling with the second serve to win any points. A few double faults are coming in, which is understandable. That's now pressure as well.
It's a 4th consecutive break of the Bencic serve. And Team Switzerland in all sorts of trouble here.
Second serve.
Third serve was the one you wanted. Yeah? Come on. Got to use the speed on the
I remember interviewing Jasmine at Eastbourne, the first tournament she played off that spectacular run to the final at Roland Garros, where eventually she lost to Iga Swiatek. And she said a couple of things that I really like. Well, the first thing she said is, I said, what's the plan now? She said, my only goal is to keep the level, no let up. And the other thing, it really showed how quickly her status had changed, because she was suddenly told by that the draw had come out, and the WTA supervisor says, oh, Jasmine, you're not playing tomorrow, you have a bye. And very sweetly she said, I've never had a bye before. I just love that. I'll never forget that.
How things change. And for this lady, Righty, I love the story, because she didn't really come through until the age of kind of 26, 27 slowly. She kept working hard and believe me, but all because she just loves the sport so much. It just shows you what you can do with hard work and passion.
Team Italy.
Well, we talked about some of the patterns of play here, where I think for Bencic really doesn't work, and how does she get away from the Paolini forehand so that it doesn't go also to her own bit of a weakness. And have a look at what Paolini's done, the forehand placement, a lot into the Bencic forehand as well. Look at the winners, but then she opens up the court to go down the line, and only one error right there.
She missed one.
She only missed one.
Back to the practice court.
It's a beautiful shot of it there. Under and over the ball. Have a look at the follow through towards the target. The head is still. Love it.
15.
I think we also, let's put into perspective that this amazing woman right here, Belinda Bencic, she gave birth 8 months ago. This is only her 4th tournament.
Yeah.
She's back playing after 6 months. She's playing incredible tennis.
She hasn't played a top 10 player.
No.
Since back at her record, August 2023, she beat another Mamba who hasn't come back to the door, Petra Kvitova.
Yeah.
It was her last top 10 win.
It will take time. She knows that. So I know the scoreline looks the way that it looks, but she's still, for me, the ball striking is there, and everything else will come, the movement, the fitness, and still getting faster, getting quicker, getting more consistency.
First ace of the contest. We've been waiting for that. Oh, precious game points. First time she's been on the pressures of holding.
Yes.
Too good. This is what she has the ability to do, that cross-court forehand.
Team Italy.
She held it until the last moment, and she's been going down the line to open the court. You can see Bencic actually went down the line, but Paolini held it long enough to go back behind her opponent. Great disguise, great court awareness.
Once again, we're in familiar territory for Paolini.
Yes.
And you can see, as you said, Yelena, you can see with Belinda that the ball striking is still beautiful, still very clean. I think the only thing she's lacking, and that will come with matches and with time, is that first quick step. She just seems overwhelmed by the pace that Paolini is bringing to this game today.
She was almost on the service line when she made contact with that ball. But the impressive thing is that she was running forward, hitting that, taking it so early and just really almost guiding it down the line. That's all that doubles play and the returning that you get to practice on the doubles court.
Oh, she's hungry tonight. Italy in full control out here on the Ken Rosewell Arena.
Team Italy leads 3 games to 0.
It's going your way. And for Paolini, the challenge is how do you keep this level and the concentration as well. Knowing you've only lost 1 game, it's 44 minutes, you start to kind of almost think you're in the locker room. So that's where you can't get too ahead of yourself, just point by point, stay in the moment.
Love 30.
Tempo sul servizio, con calma, Ale. Su, Ale decisa. Si tira su, Ale.
First time she's been at love 30, that's how dominant she's been behind her serve.
Love 14.
You've
I read it.
You've jinxed her. She was going along. She was going along beautifully.
Well, when you're 6-1-3 love up, can happen. You can lose your concentration thinking, oh, it's pretty much home here on the home stretch, so can happen.
Can you believe
Team
it?
Switzerland.
Spell is broken.
Team Italy leads 3 games to 1.
So Bencic's serve, we've talked about that a bit, and this is the service motion, and for me, the eye's closing there, so there's no sight on when she actually tosses that ball up, but also for me, that swing is too big. I would go a little bit more abbreviated, simplify it. There's also, she drops the elbow, there's almost also a little bit of a lag there as well, and I don't know how you feel, Andrea, being there courtside. For me, she's got the ability to have a much bigger serve, more leg drive, and also I would like to see her just go up after the ball, accelerate more, better extension on the serve.
Yeah, it's interesting, right, this motion. I think for me, the crucial point is that sometimes she doesn't get into the trophy position quick enough. And this is the reason why, what you mentioned, she keeps the head down for quite a long time. And then the trophy position is here just before she has to go up. And I think she loses timing there. And that's where she gets into all sorts of trouble.
She also collapses for me with that left side as well. The right hip comes in, so that's why her serves are slice serves, because there's nowhere to go when when you open up and that right side opens up too early as well.
Rosa Lorena looking magnificent tonight. The great man was certainly here earlier, and I just saw him leaving after the men's match, completely on his own, just walking back very quietly. No one, I think, realised who was in their presence. Always great to have him here. He grew up 20 minutes south of here in Hurstville. Oh dear.
30-40.
Still yet to hold. She can get everything, and Italy are charging now at a set and 4-1.
15-11.
Might be worth mentioning that, I mean, you talked about Paolini's love of the game. There is a Swiss connection as to why she ended up playing tennis back in Tuscany. She said she watched Roger Federer on TV play on the centre court when she was 5 and fell in love with the game.
I think Roger's done that for a lot of players.
Yes, absolutely. She's not the only one.
13.
It's coming back to bite the Swiss now, isn't it? She really does have her own brand, though, of hustle and bustle. So what to do in this service game? Broken in her last.
It's incredible, isn't it, from Paolini, because she can go hard through the middle, she can create the weight of shot, the speed of shot, but then she can also go through the service line as well to really exploit the sidelines.
Forty, 13.
Già.
Game, Team Italy. Team Italy leads 5 games to 1.
It's been pretty rapido out here for Paolini. Not quite an hour on the clock, and Bencic finds herself not only serving to stay in the match, but serving to keep Switzerland from defeat.
A lot of these double faults are caused by the low first serve percentage, and then Paolini's really been able to attack the second serve as well. It's just pressure all around, including the scoreboard pressure. Forces you to go for a bigger second serve, and then the double faults start creeping in. This is why we talk about the love of the game and her smile, because not many players would smile after that. Doesn't matter how well they're playing.
Oh. It nearly tagged the WTA Coach of the Year.
I think the energy didn't sit well with her.
She's just getting rid of the bad energy there. Oh dear. I have to say, for both of you, I love the analysis of Bencic's serve. I'm looking at it with completely new eyes now.
Well, the problem you have, if you're not technically sound, it will fall apart under pressure, and that's exactly what you've got here. The motion needs a bit of that work.
15-14.
Well, we didn't know what we were going to get tonight with the pressure on Paolini after a brilliant 2024 season and the returning mum. I think we've opened a new page here. It's match point.
Let's pass it. Thirty, 14.
She makes everything. Bossa Italia. What a start for the Azzurri. Straight sets for Paolini as she opens her account for the season. Barely an hour on the clock.